all courses in Bangkok, 160 days. Not giving up until I review them all. Not giving up, no, not today.
Hello and welcome back to Farang. Smiling today. It's a sunny day after rain past couple weeks, so perfect morning here in Bangkok, and I'm playing Muang Kaew Golf Course. Really excited to show this course to you, and this one was one of the requested courses as well, so really happy that I can show course that you requested. So keep those requests coming in the comments and subscribe to the channel and like the video if you find it useful. But let's go and check out how the course plays and how the clubhouse and facilities are. Welcome to the 6th episode of playing all the golf courses here in Bangkok. Today we are playing Muang Kaew Golf Course, which is quite conveniently located next to the Suvarnabhumi airport on the eastern side of Bangkok in Samut Prakan. On top of being close to the airport, it's also close to the Mega Pangna shopping center and Top Golf entertainment complex. It is actually quite strange that I have managed to avoid playing this Muang Kaew course for so long. I've probably played all the courses around it in this area, but for some reason I've never come here. It might be the pricing, since you can get cheaper rounds in on the other courses nearby. But let's start off by checking out the clubhouse and facilities, and let's talk more about the price later on in this video. Arriving at the course, I had a feeling that there's something really familiar about this course and the attire of the caddies and an overall feeling of the clubhouse. It took me maybe 30 seconds to spot the reason for that. I noticed that they were advertising the Chiang Mai Highlands course here, so it's the same owner, and for that reason the caddy outfits and the overall feel of the clubhouse is quite similar to Chiang Mai Highlands. I feel like I'm repeating myself in every single video when I say that this course was established 1993, but it's the truth. Muang Kaew was also established 1993 like every other golf course in Bangkok. It was completely remade in 2003, and that's what you're getting here. Let's start the clubhouse tour by checking out the restaurant first. Since I realized that the course is connected to Chiang Mai Highlands, I was looking forward for some mu krop, crispy pork belly, since in Chiang Mai Highlands they have absolutely stunning crispy pork belly, so I was gonna try it here, but since it was early morning they only had this breakfast menu and I decided to go with the omelette and rice. I'm not usually huge fan of breakfast menus, but it was fairly priced here and it was quite extensive with few options, so I think it's okay if you come here in the morning and need to eat something to try the breakfast menu. Have to say that overall the restaurant was the highlight of the clubhouse. I had a iced mocha with my omelette rice for breakfast, and before I started my round I had another one since the iced mocha was so delicious. And because the restaurant made a nice impression when I visited in the morning, I returned there after my round for the crispy pork belly. I really wanted to try it and it was really good. I had a mocha ice again with my krapao mu krop, so total of 3 coffees on the course plus 1 at home before arriving here. So I had my coffee quota fulfilled this morning on the course. Let's head to the lockers then and check them out real quick. I had a little bit difficulties filming at the locker room since there was other people using it while I was trying to film there, so I came back a little bit later to get better views, and there's not too much to say regarding the lockers. The staffs were lovely and really nice. One end of the locker room was open to the small garden behind it, and that always makes the lockers feel more fresh when you have some greenery around you. Overall the lockers were quite small, but I guess the course is a little bit less crowded than the other course around it, so maybe the lockers don't need to be as big as on the other courses. The shower cabinets and everything related to the showers was neat and clean, and amenities were basic as you would assume. But extra points for the greenery outside the locker room and for the staffs. They were lovely and super friendly. As we head to the pro shop, the hospitality of the staffs continue. All the ladies at the pro shop, they were lovely and helpful to me, and I think it was the manager of the pro shop that went the extra mile to come and make sure that I had permit to film in the pro shop. After presenting her emails I exchanged with the sales and marketing team, she left the store never to come back. again. But yeah, everybody was super lovely. And since I spent majority of the time in the pro shop talking with the manager, I didn't have time to film too much of the items in the pro shop. But one thing I remembered this time was the rental club. So I checked out the rental club situation with the lovely helpful staffs, and they had two different tiers on the clubs here. So I think it was the TaylorMades that were 1,500, probably a little bit more expensive and newer set, and then on top of that they had the cheaper 1,000 baht sets as well. So good situation with the rental clubs. Then it's time to go and start my round, and I'm quite excited for this one. Filming at the Clubhouse, I saw glimpses of the course and it looked absolutely stunning. So I'm really excited to go and play on it. Regarding the practice facilities, they have chipping and putting area here, but no driving range. And if you really need to get some warm-up done before your round, I recommend you going to the nearby Top Golf facility. I was fully prepared for some mulligans on the first tee since I didn't go to the Top Golf, but no, it wasn't necessary this time. I was in play with my first shot. Before the round at the Clubhouse, I had a feeling that this course would be beautiful, and yes, I was absolutely correct on that. If the Dynasty golf course had beautiful checkered fairways, so does Muang Kaew. The fairways were in mint condition, and my only complaint was the slow greens, but I guess it's because they had been cored some time ago. I saw on their Facebook that they were coring the greens some month ago or so, so I guess that might affect the green speeds, and they were too slow for me. I had all day troubles adjusting to the slow greens and left all my putts short this day. Another thing that made me fall in love with this course were the roughs. I don't know what grass they use on the roughs here, but it really reminded me of the grass we use on our lawns in Finland. It wasn't really like a thick and difficult rough, it was more like a grass you actually have on your backyard, and that made me feel homey while playing here. I'm not 100% sure if I was just lucky on this day to be able to play on a almost empty course, or is the little bit higher price keeping this course less busy than the other courses. First thing that came into my mind when I started my round was serenity. It was really calm and relaxing atmosphere on the course. The whole front nine was calm, relaxing and serene to play. Unfortunately, that was interrupted on the back nine when you got closer to the nearby motorway. The motorway wasn't really distracting my mood, but once you have to go and drive under it to go and play 3 to 4 holes on the other side of the motorway, that kinda interrupts the serene feel you have on this course. On top of that, the few holes you play on the other side of the motorway weren't that great in my opinion. It reminded me a little bit of the sea pine in Hua Hin. You have beautiful beachfront holes and then you go and drive into this swamp for a few holes before returning to the seaside. And that was the case here. I felt the few holes on the other side of the motorway, they were not on the same level as the rest of the course. Before talking about the caddies, let's talk about money. I paid 3,150 baht for a round of golf here, including caddy and cart, and that is a weekday promotion price. Weekend prices are obviously even higher, and if you are only visiting Thailand and not a resident like I am, the weekday promotion price would have been 3,700 baht. That puts us in a difficult spot. You have multitude of courses around this area that you pay 500 baht less for similar experience. That being said, I thoroughly enjoyed my day on this course, but I felt that I should have paid maybe 300 baht less than I actually paid for the round. If the value proposition fell short and the price was a little bit too long to my liking, same cannot be said regarding the caddies. I had the best grandma caddy for the longest of times. We were having a great round, and even though she didn't speak too much English, we got along with my broken Thai just fine. It was also really nice to notice that she was actually helpful with some club choices. She picked up my distances quite fast and was recommending me the correct clubs on multiple holes during this round. So absolute beast of a grandma caddy I had. She also told me that there were younger, prettier caddies on the course. I even happened to see few with my own little eyes during the round. I have difficulties and really mixed feelings when I try to summarize the whole experience up. It was nice dance of highlights and letdowns. The clubhouse is beautiful, the restaurant is great, the iced coffee was amazing, staffs are great and locker rooms are adequate, and then you don't have driving range. When you head to the course, the fairways are beautiful, but the greens are slow. You have this serene feel to the course, until out of nowhere you need to drive under a highway and play few holes next to the noisy highway before getting back to the serenity. I don't know how to best describe it. There's lots of ups and downs regarding the experience, but overall I would say it's a lovely course. Lovely caddies. I just hope that the price was a little bit lovelier so that I could come back here more often. This course has all the elements to be one of my favorite courses in Bangkok, but it simply is 500 baht too expensive for what it offers. Could it even be that it's a strategic choice by the management of the course? Maybe they want to keep riffraffs like me out of the course by pricing themselves slightly above the competition. If that indeed is the case, then I respect their decision to price themselves a little bit over the market and keep the course more enjoyable for the members and other players on the course. In the next video, we're gonna be having an absolute treat when we go and play Siam Country Club's only course here in Bangkok. And following that, we're gonna have, if possible, even bigger treat coming up when we go to Nightgolf Golf Club. It's an all-inclusive golf experience. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss these upcoming treats. And please like the video and comment below where would you like me to go and play next, so I can try to fulfill your requests as best as possible. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.